They buried me long before I ever died, not in a coffin, but in their silence. For 8 long years, my parents erased me like I never existed. No calls, no messages, no trace of my name in their home. But the day Forbes printed my face on its cover, my phone lit up with one name I never expected, my brother. And the message he sent didn't just break the past. It destroyed everything I thought I knew about my family. My name is Liam Carter, and for 8 years, my existence was nothing more than an uncomfortable memory inside my parents' house. Not spoken about, not asked about, not missed. I was the son they had quietly deleted, the mistake they pretended never happened. The problem child they used as the reason for every bad chapter of their life until I finally walked away. But before you judge them, before you wonder what I did, you need to understand the truth. In my family, love always came with conditions, and the biggest condition was obedience. Obey, or become invisible. The breaking point, 8 years ago. I was 21 when I left home, not because I wanted freedom, not because I was rebellious, but because I refused to marry the woman they chose for me. A business family's daughter, someone I barely knew, someone I didn't love, someone my father needed for a financial alliance. When I said no, my father said 4 words I will never forget. Then you're dead to us. My mother didn't stop him. My brother Noah stood silent behind them, expression blank. They didn't argue. They didn't negotiate. They just turned away from me, as if the last 21 years meant nothing. And that was it. 8 years of silence began that night. The years alone. Those 8 years were not glamorous. People think success is overnight, but success is quiet, painful, lonely. I slept in cars, worked 3 jobs, lived on instant noodles and hope that tasted as thin as paper. I applied to hundreds of companies. No one hired me. I built a startup. It failed. I built another. It failed harder. But I didn't stop. Because the day I walked out of my parents' house, with nothing but a backpack and humiliation dripping off me, I made a promise. One day, they will remember me. The turning point. When I was 26, everything changed. My 3rd startup, a financial automation software, finally caught attention. Investors, clients, global demand, and suddenly, everything I built in the dark was now shining in the light. Awards, features, interviews, and finally, the Forbes 30 Under 30 cover. The recognition I worked for, the moment I dreamed of, the moment I thought would heal everything inside me. I was wrong, because when that issue was published, my past, my silence, my buried childhood, all of it came crashing back in the form of one single notification. The message. My phone buzzed. A name appeared. A name I hadn't seen in 8 years. Noah, my brother. My chest tightened. My palms went cold. I stared at the screen, frozen. I didn't open the message immediately. I just kept looking at his name, wondering why now? Why suddenly? Why after 8 years of silence? Why after success? Why after Forbes? Finally, I opened it. The message was short. Too short. We need to talk. It's urgent. No apology. No explanation. No emotion. Just urgency. Urgency from the same brother, who watched me get erased and said nothing. The call. He called immediately after. His voice trembled. That was new. Noah, I said. He exhaled sharply. Liam, Mom needs help. I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. After 8 years of silence, he wanted help. For 8 years, I said, you let them pretend I was dead. Now you want something? He swallowed. I could hear it. It's not like that. Then what is it like? Silence. Heavy. Loaded. Then he said something that made the floor under me shatter. They didn't cut you off, Liam. Dad forced us. And Mom, she's been trying to reach you for years. But she couldn't. I felt my throat tighten. What do you mean she couldn't? His breathing changed, shaky, nervous, almost scared. You need to come home, he whispered. Things aren't what you think. The return. I returned to my hometown after 8 years. Every road felt like a ghost. Every building felt like a memory I didn't want. When I reached the house, my chest tightened again. My childhood home, where I played, where I dreamed, where I disappeared. Noah opened the door. He looked older, tired, not like the confident brother I once knew. He hugged me. I didn't hug back. Where's Mom? I asked. He hesitated. She's inside, but Liam, there's something you need to know before you see her. What? He looked at the hallway, checked if anyone was listening. Then he whispered, Dad has been lying to you, lying to both of us. He didn't just cut you off. He hid every message Mom ever tried to send you. My breath stopped. The truth about the lies. Noah led me to Mom's room. She was thinner, older, fragile. When she saw me, her hands shook. Liam? She whispered. Her voice broke. My baby, she cried. Not soft tears, but the kind that come from years of pain. I stood frozen in the doorway, unable to move. For so long, I thought she didn't care. For so long, I believed she erased me. But Noah pulled out a box. Inside it, letters. Hundreds. All addressed to me. All returned. All unread. All hidden. Messages she wrote. Calls she made. Attempts she tried. Blocked. Intercepted. Deleted by my father. And then Noah said the thing that made my knees weaken. Dad didn't cut you off because you refused the marriage. He cut you off because he wanted the company. And you were the legal heir. My ears rang. My vision blurred. Everything I believed for 8 years. A lie. Manufactured. Controlled. Engineered. By my own father. My brother finally continued. He told Mom you left us. He told me you never wanted contact. He forged your signature to transfer the company. And when you became successful, he panicked. I couldn't breathe. The confrontation. I went to confront my father. He was in his office. Calm. Cold. As if nothing had changed. You're back, he said. No smile. No emotion. I stared at him. You hid Mom's letters. He didn't deny it. You lied to Noah. He didn't react. You forged my signature. He didn't blink. And you erased me from this family. He finally looked up. I did what was necessary, he said. You were a distraction. You were weak. And you were going to ruin everything I built. So I made sure you couldn't. My fists clenched. You expected me to fail, I said. He smirked. Everyone expected you to fail. That was it. The final cut. At the moment I realized he had never been a father. He was only ever a man protecting his ego. The legal storm. I left the room, but I didn't leave quietly. I left with evidence. Documents. Letters. Dates. Proof of forgery. Proof of fraud. My father didn't just erase me. He stole from me. And now, he would pay. My lawyers built a case so tight. It suffocated every lie he ever made. Noah stood with me. Mom supported me. For the first time, I wasn't alone. For the first time, my father was. The courtroom was silent. My father sat across from me. Still arrogant. Still cold. But when the evidence came out, the forged signatures, the intercepted messages, the illegal transfers, his confidence cracked. The judge's voice echoed. This is a gross abuse of power and manipulation. You didn't just abandon your son. You stole his future. For once, my father had no words, no excuses, no manipulation. The verdict. The judgment was brutal. He lost the company, lost his authority, lost his control. Everything he stole, returned. Everything he hid, exposed. Everything he built on lies, destroyed by truth. The aftermath. Mom apologized until her voice broke. I held her hand. It's not your fault, I said. You were trapped too, Noah cried. I forgave him. He had been a prisoner of my father's lies. But my father, I didn't forgive. Some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness. Weeks later, I received a letter. No name, no return address. Inside it, one single sentence. You still don't know everything. No signature, no explanation. But the handwriting, I recognized it instantly. It was my father's. And in that moment, I realized something chilling. This story wasn't over. Not even close.